Good morning. I'm Bob McDonough with the City of Tampa, and welcome to the latest step in the Nehemiah project. Neighborhoods need neighbors, and that's what this is all about. You know, we've been in cleaning trash, trimming trees, adding street lights, and now we're going to add some houses so the neighbors here can have new neighbors, and that's what builds strong neighborhoods. I'd like to thank some of our not-for-profits and for-profit partners that we've had here: Wells Fargo, Chase Manhattan Bank, Rebuilding Tampa Bay, the YMCA. There's a long laundry list of people that recognize the importance of rebuilding Sulphur Springs as a neighborhood. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the City Council person who's responsible for this area, Mr. Frank Reddick.
Good. Huh? Good morning. I think we can put a smile on our face this morning. This is a great day for Sulphur Springs. We know, and many of you know, that these abandoned homes that have been in this neighborhood, the type of activities that was going on, it was not nice. It was very deplorable. And today, I'm pretty sure the person who lives in that house the next day should be smiling, because you get ready to put a home here that is affordable and will allow single-family homes to be placed in this community. And this is what we need. We need to live in a viable community, and the mayor has made that possible. So we all in Sulphur Springs should be smiling. The neighbors, you should be proud that money has been invested in your community, and now you can live in a safe environment. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that we get the drug addicts, the prostitutes out of this community. And today is the very good start. We thank you, and turn it over to the mayor.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you. This has been a long time coming, and let me thank Councilman Reddick for his support on the City Council. When we go to the council, they are our partners in this. We couldn't do this without them approving the necessary expenditures that allow us to do what we do every day. And Councilman Reddick's been a great supporter of all that we've done in East Tampa. This is his district, and we have been making progress in spite of living through the greatest recession since the Great Depression. The other group of folks that I want to thank right out of the box are the not-for-profits that have been in Sulphur Springs in a coordinated fashion. This may be the first time in decades that our not-for-profits, whether it was the Y, whether it was the Kahn Foundation, whether it was Layla's House, all of the folks that have been involved in lifting people up were on the same page. There was no bickering, there was no fighting, there were no turf battles. They recognized, as we did, that this was a neighborhood that desperately needed help, and that it needed a comprehensive and a holistic approach to help. You know, historically, government has been the one that's always been asked to step in and do things. Well, government doesn't always have the answers. Government doesn't have necessarily the resources like we used to have. So it requires our private sector partners, as well as our not-for-profit partners, to come and help us make a difference. The not-for-profits do what we don't do. We don't do a lot of social services. Those not-for-profits have stepped in and filled that void and made a difference in the lives of the young people that live here in Sulphur Springs, and the families who desperately are trying to do the right thing and to raise their families the right way and teach their kids how to be good, productive citizens. When we started this out, we coined the term that this was going to be our Nehemiah project. And for those of you who are familiar with the story of Nehemiah in the Bible, it wasn't just about tearing down the walls. It was about rebuilding the city. And so we are about the business of rebuilding the city, particularly in those neighborhoods that need a little help. Let me tell you a little bit about what's happened over the last year. Our code enforcement people, many of whom you see here today, and all the city staff is here today. Raise your hands. This team right here, absolutely. We are all in on this one. These are the folks that are out here in the neighborhoods every day, making Councilman Reddick look good, making Mr. McDonough look good, and certainly making me look good. They make a difference out here every day. And just to give you an indication, in the last year, we have removed over 150 tons of debris from Sulphur Springs. 150 tons. We have violent crime is down 20% thanks to the Tampa Police Department, thanks to Neighborhood Watch, and thanks to the Robinsons and all the people that have joined with TPD to make a difference. Tampa Electric Company, in an operation we launched a year ago, has installed 400 new street lights in the Sulphur Springs area, and City Parks and TECO have trimmed a lot of the canopy that was causing those street lights not to have the impact that we thought it was going to have. Last year we announced the Nehemiah project. We went in and demolished dozens of houses that had been abandoned, that had been boarded up, where dope dealers and gangbangers and prostitutes had moved in. Can you imagine living in a house that had been abandoned, where the roof was falling in? And right next to this house, and right across the street from this house, and right behind this house, were people who paid taxes, who did the right thing every day, who tried to raise their families, and they were forced to live in an environment where you had an abandoned house on the lot right next to you. That's not their fault, and they deserve better, and we're giving them better. So what we are announcing today is the second phase of this. Not only are we good at tearing things down, we're good at building that wall up again. This is about rebuilding that city. This is where we announce the first phase of packaging up all of those lots where we tore down those houses, putting them out to the private sector. We have a number of our builders here that have bid on that contract. They are going to be building single-family housing on these lots. We are investing about $1.4 million in what's called NSP money in this project. We will then sell those lots, and then we will move on to that second group of lots that we have available. We are going to rebuild this neighborhood, and we're going to rebuild it right. We're going to provide people the opportunity for home ownership. We're going to stabilize the neighborhood. We're going to make this a place where people are proud to live, just like they did, Joe Robinson, 30, 40 years ago when Sulphur Springs was one of the most desirable places in the city of Tampa to live. It's not the end, folks. This is just the beginning. It's the beginning of the renaissance of Sulphur Springs. We're committed all the way to the end. We couldn't do it without all of you. I certainly couldn't do it without our city staff. Let's go make a difference for those young kids that we see walking these streets around here, and to know that what we are doing today will make sure that they have a better quality of life and that they don't end up a statistic. Let's dig some dirt. Let's get a house up. Let's start paying taxes. Let's start making this neighborhood safer, and let's return Sulphur Spring to what we know it could be. Thanks, everybody. Let's go. You know, it's kind of ironic, but absolutely fitting, that this little girl's name is Legacy. Because that is exactly what we are leaving to her as a result of the work that we're doing here today. All of you that are making a difference. So, honey, we're doing this for you, okay? Don't be trouble? Okay. You gotta get your thumb out, you know. And you gotta give the mayor a kiss. It doesn't work for my wife either.